Well, good morning, or so it says. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. here in the Philippines. We'll see if anybody actually shows up with this. I had a bunch of stuff to get done this morning, so I've been up pretty early. I thought, okay, well, we'll just pop in alive and see what's going on and what people are doing. It's been a eventful evening, so to speak. Arlen got a ticket in Baguio and parking ticket. Heck, what a scam that was. That's for sure. Oh, good morning, Elvis. How are you? Hope everything's going well for you. So, I thought I would just finish off what I was going to get done and then turn around and do a live since I've got nothing else to do this morning. I got all caught up on everything else and I read the news, the latest stuff from China, the latest stuff from the US, the latest stuff from the Philippines. You know, it's a pretty messed up world when you come right down to it, at least in my opinion. There's just turmoil everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Good morning, Tony. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. I don't expect this to be a very big live stream. We did not do any real advertising or anything like that. Good morning, Phil. How are you? Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning here. I've been up since about 3. I got a bunch of stuff done. Got a couple more little odds and ends to take care of. And then Arlen and her family come back later today. Good morning, Short Load. Yep. Yeah, James. I get up between 3 and 4 every morning. It just helps me get everything done that I need to get done. There's just not enough time in the day to take care of everything that I need to take care of if I just waste away or waste that time. Good morning, Matt. How you doing? Nice to see you. David, they're very sneaky, these Filipino folks. You know, it was a scam for sure up in Baguio. They had a parking area. This is Arlen's story, all right? There was a parking area near the night market. And so they went and they drove to it, they parked, but apparently there was no sign anywhere, is what they say. But when they got back to the car, they had set up vendors all around that parking area, and there was a sign that said no parking after 9 p.m. And they were literally locked in, and they had to pay a fine, and they had to pay it there and now. And even then, after they paid it, all right, they couldn't get the car out. Arlen didn't end up getting the car out of that parking lot until 1:30 in the morning. So they had to go to the local area, pay it, then bring the receipt to another area that would allow them to do it. Thumbs up, Matt says. We'll get I don't know, Matt. It's pretty early, and it's an early Saturday evening in the U.S. So Elvis says, when you watch the news, it's not a positive look. It's a different look, that's for sure. Kenny, good morning. How are you? Let's see here. I'm going to put that in there. So what's everybody up to? What is everybody else thinking? What are your current thoughts about the Philippines? your current thoughts about relationships, about YouTube, about whatever. I mean, we're here to just enjoy the coffee and gossip this morning. That's the only reason we're here. A lot of us in cold water forget how hot midday can be, and getting an early start when it's still a little cooler in the morning. I'm in Buffalo, but their early would be good. Yeah. You know what? I don't even get stuff done outside until later in the day. But getting stuff done this morning so that it doesn't lay on my mind throughout the course of the day. Like, I have 2 emails that have got to go out today. And I've got some documents that have got to go out today. Just as as Tony just said, those things are about my taxes as well. All right, I have to get stuff together for my CPA. So yeah, and both of those are ready to go, but I want to send it to him after his office closes. I don't want him to have to deal with it. 55 degrees in Mass in February. Wow. So, Matt, whereabouts in Massachusetts are you? I spent some time up there. So that'd be interesting to know. So what else is there? I mean, what kind of gossip? What have you heard? What's going on? What's the latest? You know, sometimes the best information I get for me to look into comes from you, the subscribers. It really and truly does. So, you know, what have you heard? What's new with all of you? When are you coming? Where are you going when you get here? What's going on? That'd be interesting to know for sure. So, yeah, we get up early in the morning. Of course, Arlen probably won't 8, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't expect Arlen's going to make it back to Angeles with her family until about noonish, probably. David says, I've been here 11 years now, and I just wonder about mostly everything here in the islands. La La Land. It's La La Land for some people, for sure, David. All right. If I heard a live stream yesterday that was it was a lengthy live stream, and a good portion of it was just bitching and complaining. And it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't deal with it. Mark Winter, Maganda. How you doing, Mark? The Machiavellian Prince. Greetings from Dublin, Ireland. Wow. Nice. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day, evening. I'm not sure what time it is in Ireland right now. James, just thought I would say to anyone coming here for vacation, skip Boracay, go to El Nido. So much better. The island hopping in El Nido, James, I cannot. I'm 100% in agreement. I'm 100% in agreement that there's a whole lot more to do in El Nido. All right. The beaches on the main island and the location of El Nido in that general, not so great. But, and only because the tidal range is so big. But the island beaches, and the things to do on the islands, absolutely agree. Elvis, how do you get around with your legs? Because I have the same problem. My feet and legs nerves are shot. For me, it's a bit of a learning curve. You know what? You just get used to it. I don't have any problem 90% of the time. 10% of the time, I may need a cane, but 90% of the time, I'm fine. I absolutely am fine. I mean, I'm not going to walk 3 miles and I'm not going to hike up Mount Pinatubo, but for standard city dwelling and beach visiting and stuff like that, I'm fine. Just facts. What's up, Mike? 2 p.m. in LA. Yeah, it's a little early there too. And it's Saturday. David, we just travel around the islands with once a year to Europe and the USA. We only spend a few days in the USA. Yeah. I bring my daughter here from the USA. Rather than go back to the US as often, she'd rather come here. Moon River. Good morning, Moon. Hope you're doing well. I really like Moon. That's, you know what? There's a really traditional and upstanding woman. She is something else. Name names, Mike. I don't know any names to name. Oh, you mean about the people blogging? Nah, I don't, I'm not into that. I'm not into, unless it's a personal attack like the British guy did, okay? More power to them. Let them, have their life and expectations and everything that goes along with it. That's just the way it is. It's after 2200. Every guy has a story. Nah, I don't listen to him. I don't listen to Mark Thornton. I really don't. Expat Ian in the Philippines. Ireland is 8 hours behind the Philippines. How you doing, Ian? Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well up there in the Gillian. Elvis, thank you. Eyes open. I'm 46, just retired Army with 100% until recently. Ecuador and South America were looking good until recently, and want to come to the Philippines at least a month. Nobody is going to be able to tell you where you're going to be the happiest. Everybody can tell you what they think, what they like, and all of the things that go along with that. But every location is going to have positives and negatives. What I would say is, something, come on over. What else have you got to do? You're retired, right? Come on over and spend some time. Look around the Philippines. Don't pigeonhole yourself to just one spot. Come around and check it out. Dardos. Good morning, Dardos. ¿Cómo está? Mike. Mark Wilner. Mike, please enlighten me. What is it about Philly and the Philippines that some expats feels they need to negatively criticize? The guy has been a loyal husband and father to his wife and her daughter. Well, Mark, okay, I'll tell you. Nothing that I know. I know Philly. All right, I have breakfast with them a couple days. We end up at the same place for breakfast a couple days of the week. I've met Lot multiple times. I find Philly to be just a guy. All right, he's a little strict, okay, which is his absolute prerogative. And when I say strict, I mean it just doesn't take a lot of crap. All right, but I've never found him mean. So I don't know, Mark. I really and truly don't. I like the guy. Moon, it's all okay, Sir Mike. Thank you. Hope you're doing okay too. I am. Arlene gets back today from the wedding that she went to, and I'll have to spend another 3 days having 5 family members staying with us including a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. Oh, and I'll lose my office again. So, Ruby, good day, Ruby. How are you? I apologize for yesterday. The live stream yesterday went off a bit off the rail. The guy was just being a jerk, and I'll admit I let my emotions continue out. But, once in a while, you just get people like that. I'm very sensitive about my wife. And what I mean by sensitive, I mean, I treat her with the same respect that, if not more, than everybody else. And I expect her to receive the same treatment and respect that she would show others. And so for me, his comments were just pushing me to a limit. Oh, what time is it there? 2:15. Hey, Dr. Richmond. It is 6:16 a.m. here in the Philippines. Eyes open. That's what I was thinking. Thanks. I don't get to watch a lot, but enjoy your show and temperament. I try and keep my temperament totally under control. I really do. All right. I try not to be negative unless personally attacked, and I try not to be negative in anything. I think bloggers all have what I would call their own agenda. And their own agenda is what makes them interesting, I think. That's what makes them, none of us will agree 100% with each other. None of us will represent the same opinions all of the time. All of us cover multiple different aspects of maybe the same exact content. In other words, there can be 10 people talk about a headline in the news, and you'll get 10 different opinions and thoughts as to that. So, it is what it is. Moon River, good day. It's a bit early. I was up early this morning. 6:15. Phil. Pablo, good advice to open about visiting the Philippines beside, yeah. I mean, you should just, if you're retired, then check out everywhere. See where you're going to be happy. Yes, need to wake up early for fresh fish to buy. Yeah. Sunday, fresh fish at the wet market early in the morning. So, Moon, what kind of fish are you thinking of buying? Are you going to be getting tilapia? Are you going to be getting tuna? You're going to be getting milkfish? What are you guys going to get? David, Philly's a regular guy. He was a jailer. He was a correctional officer in a prison where crap is the norm, and correctional don't want much crap. And all of us speak about the same things, whether in Stone, the U.S., or the islands. Yeah, David, it is. I mean, there certainly aren't many topics that haven't been covered by people many times on various ways. So, yeah, it is. I was taking a look at a couple of other things earlier this morning, and there are some situations that are coming up within the what's the best word to use for it? Chinese relations and the U.S. relations with hang on just a second. There we go. I apologize. My daughter. So, so I'm going to be doing a video, I think, about that and trying to not dispel, but to reemphasize the reality of U.S. troops in the Philippines. It's much different than a lot of the hype that you're seeing. And the general population feels much differently about troops in the Philippines than you may think. So that's what trolls or bullies tries to do, get into your nerves. Yes, indeed, you're right, Ruby, and Jonathan did yesterday. 4:17 p.m. in Texas. Oh, I used to live in Houston. I'm telling you, the biggest roaches I've ever seen in my entire life. They called them pine roaches. These things were monsters, and they flew. Nasty. Pablo says, yeah, you seem pretty laid back. I am laid back. I mean, why not? Why not enjoy life? Why not pursue what makes you happy? I'm one of those kind of guys that gets happy by looking at only the negative side. I mean, what makes me happy is engaging my mind. That's what makes me happy. All right. Eyes open. Even with British guy, your call outs of his attitude were right on and you could have been rude, but you handled it with class. I did the best I could. All right. And I kept in the back of my mind, you know what? John is an elderly guy, and he kind of reminds me of my mom. All right. My mom is like set in her ways. You can't tell her, that something is different than what she thinks. You can't even show it to her. You really cannot. And I figure it like this. At 84 years old, she has the right to be however she wants. Now, and so, he has a right to say what he wants. But even though my mom has the right to be any way she wants, guess what? I still say stuff. I still tell her things about what I think. And with John, I still told him. Mike, again, please enlighten me. Why should I not believe regular guy is exploitive of Filipinos? Well, you know what, Mark? I've met regular guy once, okay? And I will tell you, he was totally sober. It was in the morning. It was for coffee here at Candy Palace, all right? And he was just almost exactly a perfect gentleman. Absolutely. So I think it goes back to, is he exploitive of Filipinos? Is he just doing what makes him happy and money? All right. I don't have a good answer for you. I really don't. I did say something to him about the time that he did that live. And it is basically what it is. I don't know him and I don't watch his content. I really and truly don't. So whatever his current stuff is, I couldn't give you an answer. Thornton is from the entertainment industry. He's been trained to make dog food appear as well as Angus beef, just off the grill. Hey, whatever works for him. What's your favorite dishes at Tequila Reef? Lunch, breakfast? Okay, so breakfast is just what it is. Okay? Eggs, bacon, toast, home fries. That's my breakfast every Tuesday and Thursday. My favorite dinner there is the carne asada. We will get the carne asada plate. It comes with refried beans or Baja beans, rice. Um, we get a side order of tortillas. We cut the steak up and turn it into little mini burritos. And one dish feeds both Arlen and I, no problem. Back in 2010, we went to 100 Islands. We went to the local port to buy fresh catch fish direct from the fishermen. There was 5 a.m. and everything tasted good. I bet it did. You know, fresh fish, fresh ocean fish, I think. All right. I'm not a big fan of freshwater fish, but ocean fish, man, fresh. It's so hard to beat, Ruby. It really is. Dr. Richmond, I think these bloggers fulfill a human need to have friends. It's like having a friend in the house you can interact with via live stream, posting questions and things. Maybe. Maybe. It's possible. Pablo says the British guy might have been Jonathan. Oh, I don't know. I think Mike's Philippine journey was in the room, and he still is convinced it was the guy that invaded our last live stream, trying to beat down on him. But who knows? David, I'm in the casino business, about the same as Thornton, but guests like me because I don't BS them. I've been doing it for 18 years straight. Wow. Traveling Trucker actually watched one of your videos this morning, I'm pretty sure. Like Sizzle Kelly and not Mama. You know what? I am emailing both of them and asking if they would like to be a guest on a live stream that we do for them to talk about whatever. We shall see where that goes. Ellie, I like watching your show, Mike, but that dude really got under my skin where you had started going into homophobic insults. It's not a good look. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't. It really wasn't. And I shouldn't have. And I apologize. And it's kind of difficult. But again, when they start to go after your partner, your wife, all right, you know, I will sit here and get abused personally and be fine and calm and collective. But my daughter and my wife, they mean a lot to me. And I'm a traditional kind of guy. And even though my wife is a good woman that can support herself, take care of herself, make her own decisions, I still have those traditional male role model, leave it to Beaver attitude of, you know, the 60s and 70s. That's where I was raised, of being, you know, supportive of my wife. And I let him take care of it. I did wrong. That's all there is to it. Fort Hood, Texas. Cows and roaches have right away on the base roads. Yeah, that and armadillos. Holy cow. You don't ever want to be in a low profile sports car and hit an armadillo. Those things are solid chunkers, man. Absolute solid chunkers. Wow. 29 minutes, 66 in the room. Thank you so much, folks. That's great. Absolutely great. Book 'em. About you've never met me in person, I bet you have a lot of opinions and comments about me, but meeting one person one time does not make a good opinion. No, it doesn't. Book 'em. Love Tequila Reef. Yeah, you know what? It's not bad. It's good. And the owner, Mike, we like him. He's a great guy. He really and truly is. And he has a a very, very interesting background. He really and truly does. Steve, is regular guy exploitive? Not true, but he damn sure is annoying. Like a California guy that always says, bro. Know what I mean, bro? You know what, Steve? That might be a better way of putting it. You might be absolutely correct. I don't. There are people that love his storytelling content, and the guy can tell a story. But if that's what you like, okay? Me, it's not so much what I like. But I can tell you the one time I met him in person, he was a nice guy. Tim and Chrissy seem to have had a great USA. Yes, they did. Indeed, I'm sure they did. All right? And I think it's great. I really and truly do. Without a doubt, Chrissy deserves it. She's got her first green card now. And at some point, we'll see what they do. We have no idea. I have no idea. I don't watch Tim, really and truly, I don't. I pop in once in a while. I don't watch Chrissy at all. So I couldn't tell you. Sailor Tom, good morning. Good morning. Mike, where did you say your friend found the best fish and chips? It wasn't him. It was me. I swear, Ruby, the best currently, the best fish and chips is at Envy, right there at the entrance to Walking Street. It's 3 big pieces of mahi, all right, in a very good batter served with vinegar, mushy peas, tartar sauce, and fries. The fries are who gives a shit, all right? In fact, I always substitute potato wedges when they say fries. I tell them, just bring me potato wedges, okay? But they're good, thick. There's fish. It's not just batter. There's fish. Can you find hot or sweet Italian sausage in AC in the stores or deli? How about lunch meat? Okay, so Matt, there's a couple of good delis in town, and like for sweet sausage and Italian sausage, Barretto's is one of them. And there's another one up in Koreatown. I can't remember the name of it. When it comes to lunch meat, that's a whole different story. I mean, you can find it, but if you're used to walking into even a grocery store in the U.S., you go up to the meat counter and you say, I want a half a pound of turkey and a quarter pound of roast beef and this and this. That's really, to find high quality meat, to have them shave it off, you can find it, but it's expensive. And that would be, Beretta's will do that for you too. Every now and then, they have a big selection of boar's head, but not always. Traveling drugger, they won't. I don't know whether they will or they won't. I've extended invitations to 9 people so far. All right. And we'll see what happens. JJ, the Lonely Bull. Good morning. I've recently started watching your vids. Missed your live stream. There were 6 other expats doing live streams at the same time as yours. Just ended up not watching any. You know what? I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people doing live streams. Mike, I don't think you need to apologize for yesterday. You're fine. Well, thank you. So chivalry isn't dead with you, Mike. No, Ruby. I opened the car door for my wife. I opened the door to get into the house for my wife and let her go in first. I carry the grocery bags when I always help to carry the grocery bags. And I always pick the heaviest bags. to carry. Now, because we park in one place and have to, we have underground parking here, but can't always use it. But even when we do, we still have to go back and forth and everything. So to make it better than just one trip, I always help. I mean, look, something, if it's a bad thing for chivalry, for me to appreciate my wife and to do things I think she likes, then so be it. That's just the way I am. It's the way I've always been. Leave it to Beaver. What was the dirtiest thing said on TV? Ward, I'm worried about the Beaver. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Matt, I went on that live stream. If you get those Dupigetti girls on there, I have serious questions. I'd like to send you a list. You know what, Matt? I'm going to put, I have extended invitations to the live stream to Sunshine Soldiers, to Are You Beautiful, Philippine Antics, oh gosh, there's a whole list of them, like 9 people. The P. These are all people I extended, and Philippine Info Channel. And either they've all come back and said no, thank you, or they've all come back and said nothing at all. So, Mike's Philippine Journey. If you've never been to Mike's channel, please give it a look. It's got great information. How you doing? Good morning, Mike. Yeah, I've been up since 3. I had to get a bunch of things done. Matt, only 2 thumbs up. Wow. Jay, try the Virginia brand Hungarian sausage here. It's spicy and very good. Yeah, there's good stuff everywhere. And you know what? Sometimes S&R gets in some good stuff too. So, Big Dave, I don't blame you. I don't tolerate someone attacking my loved ones. You will a side of me you won't like. Yep. I got out of control yesterday. I've apologized for it. But, would it happen again? Probably. I'm not going to lie. Mike, it takes a big man to admit one's mistakes. That's why you have many fans. Yeah, well, I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. That's for sure. Ex-wife number 1, ex-wife number 2. I shouldn't say that. Ex-wife number 2 is a horrible wife, but she is an outstanding mother. And I have an outstanding daughter. So I can't say she was a horrible mistake. So, but she was difficult to live with. Oh. Tony Manning, all I ever see anymore from the female Filipino bloggers is stuff about big bananas into a 7-year-old man. I can't satisfy them. Hey, I would just say this. If you have something to say and about these girls, the link to hook up is right there. All right. We can put you on cam and you can tell us your opinion right there. Okay. Let's see here. What happened? Where'd I go? There we go. Lost my spot there for a minute. Okay. I went on that live stream. Whoa, early, only 2, Matt. All I ever see anymore. Okay, that's where I stopped. 49ers Chiefs. I'm telling you what, for me, I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I really hope the 49ers win. I really and truly do. Hey, Dave, how are you? How's Alaska this afternoon or evening? What brand are you coffee? You know something? I drink Filipino coffee. These beans come from the Philippines, and they're very good. Very, very good. Envy has the best fish and chips. They really do. There was a while that Envy sort of upset me. I think they were getting stuff from a different supplier, and they weren't very thick pieces of fish. There were a lot of batter, but they fixed that. Next year, I'll be coming over, but my girlfriend and myself would love to meet you, have inspired me and helped me a lot of different ways. Oh, Elvis, absolutely. Let us know when you're coming, and we can arrange to have coffee or something. Traveling with mushy peas. Yeah, I'm not a fan of mushy peas. Mike, like your no drama channel, it seems like it is day for this expat. It seems like it is D-Day for these expats. How funny. Bang, bang, Niner gang. There you go, Mike. Might have to give that a visit, Envy, when hubby craves for fish and chips. It's in town, Ruby. Unless you make it yourself, it is the best that we have found. All right. And, you know, it will vary from time to time. But overall, 95% of the time, it is the best in town. And it's a large portion. It's 1730 in Niagara Falls, and this is a welcome distraction. Saturday before Super Bowl tomorrow. Yeah, Super Bowl tomorrow is going to be interesting. Yes, I'm definitely going to watch the Super Bowl. Steve, talk about June, talking about her beaver. Pablo. Steve, before I married my wife, I told her that she was not allowed to open any door when I'm within 6 feet of her. Yeah, I didn't put any rules down like that, Steve, but that's just the way I am. I appreciate my wife. I appreciate all that she does for me. I appreciate the unconditional love and respect that she shows me. Oh God, I remember those weren't those SNL skits, Steve? And that was on Airplane as well. I best I can remember. Correction, Ward. The heart on the bottom of the screen sucks. I'm not sure what you mean, Phil. That heart on the bottom of the screen sucks. What heart? Not sure what you mean, Phil. I'm sorry. You mentioned there are many expats that aren't intellectually equipped to move to the Phils. I agree. Many American men can't take care of themselves in the U.S. I didn't mean that there was many. I just meant that if they're not, and it happens, okay, Mark, there are men that are just not intellectually prepared to live away from that social safety net in their own country. And we do see it. You certainly see it. These Philippine YouTubers get stupid money from basement boys, thousands. They might, that's interesting. They might. I don't doubt it, Trucker. I really don't. I got nothing bad to say about Filipinos. I married one. I met her before I married the right one. Even the annoying ones were not bad compared to Western women. Yes, Mike. Baroque. No. Oh, God, no. Oh, never 3-in-1. Holy shit. If I drank 3-in-1, I'd have to pump my insulin up another 10 units at least per cup. No, I drink straight black brewed coffee. We get our beans. It's Filipino beans. We get our beans. We grind them, and that's what we get. They do a lot of karaoke around Branson, Missouri as well, just not the La La Islands. Okay. Dave, would you believe it's a balmy 38 degrees? Wow, it's t-shirt weather for you, Dave. Airplane, yeah. I just hope the Super Bowl doesn't turn into the Taylor's. Oh, of course, you know it's gonna. You know it's gonna. What a pain in the butt. All right. Best burritos in Santa Fe, Bantayan Island. Bantayan Burrito Factory. It's damn good, even though it's owned by an Aussie. The food is good, even though he gets reasons wrong. The food is good. Hey, that's all that counts is whether you like it. Okay? That's all that really counts is if you like it. So I'm in Tagaytay. We have international foods you could want here. It's not cool at night, of course, but there's active volcano. Yeah, we've been to Tagaytay. One of Arlene's friends, her best friend actually, has a friend who owns a restaurant right there looking over the volcano. That heart is on your screen. You can press it anytime you want to send a heart out. I know what you're talking about. See, I don't see that. I don't see that in my software. I'm live streaming through Ecamm into YouTube, not through YouTube. So my comment section looks much different than the comment section that you have. But I do know I know that from when I watch lives in YouTube, I see those hearts as well. Tell him Mike's Philippine Journey, if you are not getting sugar in your coffee, it is not Filipino coffee. Oh, I'll tell you. Mike to many Dr. Phil's expats out there. Oh, God, no. I tell you. You know, I'm probably one of the worst people that you want to get relationship advice from. You really, because my advice would not be concurrent with what you see everybody else doing. Number one. Number two, I've had 2 failed marriages. Okay. I'm that's just the way it is. But I certainly believe in chivalry. I certainly believe in respecting your wife. I certainly believe in being a leader to help your wife, that it's a two-way street. But, you know, that's not what some people think nowadays. We live in Miago in Mindanao. Nothing but local foods. It's an adjustment for me, but I get creative. You know what, Tucker? I know exactly what you mean. In Kitchenerau, our home in Mindanao is in Kitchenerau. And I got to tell I mean, there's nothing. It's nothing. We got a 7-Eleven last year. We have no stoplight, for God's sakes, or shit. I don't think there's an official stop sign anywhere, come to think about it. You know, and it you can't get, there was a place that made pizza and it was horrible. And they went out of business pretty quick. You know, it's all local stuff. The market, you know, the market's open 7 days a week, but all the fresh stuff comes in on Saturday and Wednesday and Saturday. Something new every day, you bet. 7-Eleven, moving on up. Hey, what can I say? It is what it is. The locals love my deep fried squash, okra, fried green tomatoes. Great way. Yeah. Yeah. And there's something I don't understand, Tucker. I I find it very difficult. Fried okra, southern fried okra, which is nothing more than flour, salt, pepper, chopped up okra, fry it. I didn't understand why they don't do that. All right. And with squash as well. All right. Although they do it with squash. What I do miss is when frying foods. Have you noticed that the way my mom made fried foods, she always put salt and pepper in the flour. And then, not a lot or anything like that. All right. But yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean. Mike, I like my Keurig coffee. Always dark roast and black. Yeah. Pablo, I had a Keurig in our Phoenix home. Yes, Butuan. We get down to Butuan quite a bit. When we fly into Butuan, that's where we actually fly into from up here. Fried okra with ranch dressing. John at Milo, I don't remember seeing one. Yep. So what else is going on? What have you been watching on YouTube? What have you been seeing? What have you saying, oh, this is full of shit, or this isn't the way it is, or I don't believe in that. I want to know what your thoughts are. I want to know what it is you see on YouTube's here in the Philippines that you just have to shake your head at sometimes. Not that it might not be true, but you just don't agree with it, or you think that perspective is not accurate. Let me see what else has been going on this week. I think I told everybody one of the local Angeles City bloggers banned me from their channel, and not for a comment or anything. They banned me for some other reason, not a comment, because I'm always very respectful and reasonable about my comments and other people's channels. So I don't know why they banned me. Nothing I can do. Steve, I have it on one of the current food videos from there. Neat. Let's see what else has been going on. Our friend, we have a friend. His wife was having some pain. She had to go to the ER. They put her on some medications, and then they did an upper GI and a colonoscopy, both on the same day. In the U.S., that is something we would never do. We would never do a upper GI and a colonoscopy on the same day. But here they do. Huh. I have one of the current flood videos. Wow. My wife's father was flooded out with knee-deep water. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It is stated she wants me to buy the land. He works for 3 million and 4 hectares. Why would you buy the land if it's in a flood zone? A double secret probation from Animal House. Yeah. No, I think I failed double. I must have been on double secret probation and failed. That's funny. Some sexy Philippine YouTubers are getting play on some of the expat channels. Blah to me. Well. Hey, Copal, how you doing? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't watch them, but I think maybe I will do some to research who to get them on. Steph, is one. So who should I research? Let's write this down. Who should I research and find out who we should invite to come and discuss stuff with us? Come and join our live stream. Oh, there we go. And let's see here. Stuff. One less negative to worry about, so you're blocked. Yeah, who cares? 22 barangays. Wow, John. I won't get political, but some report on mental health don't look good here. You know, mental health is a problem in many, many places. Tony Manning. What I would like to see is a young Filipino man would date an older foreign woman. I would be hard to come up with, Tony, because there aren't that many older single foreign women for anybody to really form opinions about. It's just not a thing. John, she is on the east side of the river. I forget the name of the bridge, really close to it. Okay. Steve built a fish farm. Gilet is phony as one gets. You know what? I got to get my... Wait a second. Okay. So, let me just write a few notes here. All right, so we've got Steph, Gilet. Sorry, please ignore him. On the river in Bading. Okay, got my cafe. So, Mike, we were just discussing what girls we should invite. So far, I've invited the P, no response. I've invited Are You Beautiful? No response. I invited Philippine Antics, no response. All right. I invited Sunshine Shoulders, no response. I invited Ace, no response. So, what other people could we invite to be a guest on the live stream? One that I think you would like to talk to is an older Filipino that moved back after years in the U.S. I would need a name to find her. Calvin is soft as puppy poop. He abandoned his kids all over the world because he was about to lose it. You know what? That's what he did. And I'm not going to argue it. He's admitted it. He said he did. And with that being said, I don't have any respect for him. None at all. John, the bridge to the north. I just looked up Macbal. Steve, I made my... Oh, that's so gross. You actually drink 3-in-1, Mike? There are many expats that live like that in the Philippines. Ruby, I don't think she has either. And I didn't expect it. But, if you don't make an effort, you know something? If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So, is that Sizzy or whatever? Sizzy or whatever. I got to write her name down. Hot Mama. Is that the name of her channel, Hot Mama? Tim and Chrissy. Nah, I didn't invite them, and I already know how that's going to end up. I'll be hanging out at Robinson's in May. I need to flush. I need a flush toilet and working shower. I'm spoiled. I've stayed at that hotel many times. Many times. Sometimes we actually stay there. That's the Go Hotel at Robinson's. Uh, we stay there the night before our flight back home. These Filipino vloggers seem to start innocently enough, but go to the dark side when they aren't getting any views. They go naughty because of whatever it is. Wait, I lost it there. They go naughty because they don't have a U.S. address and get on to get an OnlyFans account. Oh, Sizzy Kelly, the hot mom. Okay, Sizzy Kelly, the hot mama. Philippine Unfiltered. Philippine Unfiltered. Is that a channel, Copal? Roger and Isme, he did a thing about how to wipe your butt. Yeah, I saw that. And they're not the only ones that have done it. Well, good morning, John. How are you? I hope you're having a good morning. I stay in Airbnb in Carmela by Robinson's. We stay at the Go. So when we fly to Butuan, we have to fly home. And we want to catch that early flight. And getting from Kitchenerau to Butuan is difficult. So we usually go the day before, spend the night at the Go Hotel at Robinson's Mall. Mike says 3-in-1s like dessert. They're great quality beans in the Philippines. Just to have to source them. Yeah, they really and truly are. Conservative Filipina would be a good interview. She lives in Florida. Is that the name of her channel? Conservative Filipina? Let's see here. And then for those of you that want to, if you want to cam up, there you go. It's right there. Let's see here. Where was I? So Sharon Lapu Lapu, I already sent her an email. Stephanie Gile. Oh, True Girls. I forgot about them. Are they still? I haven't seen anything. Are they still putting videos out? Kenny. And let's put Kenny on to guest one. Good morning, Kenny.
Hey, good morning. Oh, yeah, good morning to you. Good evening to me.
Let's see here. Yes, SB Filipina Unfiltered, the older Filipina I referred to. Okay. Mike, I got Filipina Unfiltered phone number. Oh, wow. You know, we should give her a call and ask her if she'd like or he'd like. I don't even know if it's a guy or a girl to find out if they'd like to be a guest on our live stream. You'd make the first left after the bridge. Okay. There you go, having a 35 days, getting closer. Working on the road. Why erase? I don't know. I mean, I said hello. Mike's Philippine Journey. Come on, follow the cam link. Don't be. Oh, here we go. Steve at Mike's Philippine. Come on. Follow the cam link. Philippine Elated. All right. I've seen, you know what? I like their stuff. I really do. Philippine Elated. They had something going on with a business or something like that. But I can't. I don't remember what it was. Because there you go. So John, what's new up in Negillion? Show up on my recommended live streams are filled with hundreds of states. Traveling. Brewmeister.
Anything about the?
Oh wow! Wait a minute. I didn't even expect that. Let me just say thank you, Brewmeister. Thank you very much for the super chat sticker or whatever it is. Thank you. Certainly appreciate it. Yeah, is Mike hanging out in the pool? For a vlogger to go into live stream, they are natural enough to answer questions thrown at them, not scripted questions and answers. I you know something, Ruby? It makes you wonder. It does. How many of these bloggers are all scripted or mostly scripted? Now, Bill, who is Bill? Bill's in the green room. I'm sorry, Bill, but there you go. You're going to have to cam up if you're going to come in. I've got you now. And we'll bring Bill in. Okay, Bill, you're in there. Don DeMarco.
Right, oh, there you go.
There you are, Bill.
There you go.
So,
what's up, man?
Oh, same old stuff. It doesn't change.
No.
You know, we're very boring. I'm a very boring life.
Well, that makes two of us. I travel back and forth from the Philippines back to America and then come back. I go back to America for about 4 months, run my business, and then go back and live a good life for a little bit and then go back. And it's kind of hard right now trying to live in the Philippines and run a business in America. So
I would imagine it's difficult. I would imagine that's hard. So when you come to the Philippines, where do you go?
Well, we got a house in Maigo in Mindanao.
Mindanao.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Philippine Unfiltered is coolest. She's how I envision Ruby. Smart as hell, shoots straight. Wow, I'm going to have to watch her. Ruby is that. Ruby is all of that. Unfiltered is how I imagine Ruby would be. Not in the pool. Need to fill up the gas tank to heat it up. They're coming next week. Wow. Mike's Philippine Journey. Damn. You do live in high-class hood in Lakeland. I never saw a heated pool in Florida. I thought the hood was rich when I had the fake waterfall. Our pool in Phoenix was heated. We had a heated pool in Phoenix. But I mean, only for, like 3 months out of the year, not even that. We actually used to have to, we had a big July 4th event at our place in Phoenix. And we actually would have them dump a truckload of ice in our pool in July for the July 4th party, just to cool it down, to get it down to where it was actually cold water because it was so hot. But either way, Brewmeister, thank you very much, by the way. Thank you. We really appreciate it. So who else can we invite? Where's the drama at? Where, what have you seen? And I don't mean looking for drama. When I shouldn't have said it like that. Somebody's going to cherry pick that statement for sure. What have you seen in Philippine blogs lately? All right. And that you disagree with or that you have a different opinion of. And I mean, I'm sure there's some should be some interesting issues like that. So
You know what issues I got?
sure, tell us.
Yeah, those Filipino vloggers. They're always talking about they compare all the Filipinos like they're all the same. They all like their big bananas, or they're all like about this, or they're all like that. And and my girl just shakes her head. It's like these women are just, excuse my French, but just straight up batshit crazy.
Oh my, sorry about that.
That's all good.
Generalizing people is just bad.
Yeah.
Oh
But
no.
what gets me is you get these simps up in them rooms. They're just like they just throw them money like left. It's like it's just stupid because all I hear, they really don't bring nothing to the table, but yet you get these simps that just toss some money like they're looking for attention. If
But
they
but
because the
maybe they
ninety
do.
percent of those 90% of those people that watch their channels will never go to the Philippines. Never.
Right. So, but isn't that maybe entertainment for them? Maybe for them it's just like paying for Netflix. All right? It's entertainment.
Man, I've seen doing is it super chats? I've seen $100 bills, $300 bill. I'm just like, are you all out of your mind?
Well,
Yeah, you can listen to them without sending $300 super chats if it's entertainment.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
for some people it is. I don't know. Copal says he disagrees with whoever banned me. Well, I don't. We're not going to go into who banned me. I don't know why they banned me. Um, it's a channel that I would comment in, and it was never a hurtful, harmful, or personal attack. So I have no idea. And with that being said, there's nothing I can do about it. Phil Bertos, man, Mike, there is nothing better than coming home from a night out, pulling into Phil Bertos, and getting a ham, egg, and cheese burrito. That is the greasiest, nastiest belly full of goodness you can get anywhere. You got to love Phil Bertos. If you're from the West Coast, you'll be familiar with them. Phil Bertos, Albertos, they have like I don't know how many places. Mike says the drama right now surrounds the death of Michael Fazio, the e-begging for donations and the liquidation of his assets in the Philippines by his ex, who left him 2 years ago. You know something? I don't know. I don't know Michael Fazio. I had never heard of him until somebody showed me a video of him and sick grandpa getting into it. And even since then, that's just not the content that we watch. So I just don't know. I really don't. I'm disappointed. Thirsty guys, frequently these female vloggers who show skin. So desperate. You know what? Again, it's entertainment, I think. I don't think they look at themselves as being educational or informative. I don't think that they believe in their mind how a big banana is a incredibly mind enriching educational aspect. So it's entertainment. It's got
You
to
know
be.
who I'd like to you know who I'd like to see you do an interview with that I find he's a character?
Who?
Ace Bachelor Cool.
I am trying to get a hold of Ace. I know Ace, met him many times. He's
He
been to
seems like a
my
great guy.
he's been to our condo. All right.
Hmm.
Um, you know, but our schedules don't coincide often enough. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Plus, there's a Jollibee in Chandler. No burgers, but they do have the chicken. I can't remember. Yes, they have the spaghetti. We went to that Jollibee on opening day, Steve. I don't know who's raising funds. And the Philippines are full of it when they say they don't like Pinoys. They love foreigners when they're available. Otherwise, oh, sure. Any port in a storm. Isn't that what they say? Throwing cash around is like sports betting. Heck, they bet on chicken fights here. Yes, they do. His ex-girlfriend is asking for donations. Her name is Daisy May. Again, I don't know anything about that. The channel that banned you, was it a channel that relies solely on income from YouTube to sustain? I'm not going to, Alex, I don't want to pursue them in any way, shape, or form. All right? They banned me. Their choice doesn't matter. We don't need to draw drama into them. We certainly don't. And I'm not going to. Uncle Jesse and his wife would be a good interview. Really, Pablo? I don't know. And here's why I say that, Pablo, honestly. It's not that I would not interview them. All right? Really and truly. It's not that I wouldn't. What it is I have a hard time with people that are going to have a camera connection that's going to be pixelated, breaking up. It becomes a very, if I go into somebody's live stream and I can't follow, the camera is a distraction. When it becomes a distraction more than it becomes information, then I just walk away. And that's what I would feel not to do. Uncle Jesse, let's go. I don't know. I guess we could give it a test. All right, let me do that. I will put Uncle Jesse down and test his connection.
Yeah.
If he agrees.
This is a good one.
All right. If he agrees, we'll put him down. All right. Sabong is big business. Yes, it is. I have too many teeth. Oh my God. Would guys be up to go to a cockfight derby as a group and bet? That would be good video content. Well, except you can't show it on YouTube, Mike. I mean, half a dozen people have tried to show cockfighting, and it gets demonetized. And I got to tell you, we put a pig on a spit to lechon, and I got a warning from YouTube. That's my one and only strike that I've ever gotten.
A lot of them on YouTube.
Yeah, I actually, not to demonetize, I actually got a warning. And I think it was because we showed it actually getting butchered. Get Jasper, see how things are going. That was a big deal with a while back. Jasper might be interesting. I don't think he would do it. Jasper doesn't show his face. If he's not willing to show his face, and that's his prerogative. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? But that's just not his style. So, and I wouldn't ask him to deviate from that. Rents are going down in Cebu. What about Angeles and the rest of the Philippines? You know what, Hurley? I'm going to tell you, I saw that very same video. You're talking about the video that World Zoom put out yesterday, day before, Paul Caldwell, whatever. I saw it. I'm going to tell you something. This is he said, she said, that so-and-so said. Okay? He's telling us about rent from, where is he? Montana, Colorado, somewhere like that. All right? Look, I can tell you the rent here has not gone down. It is stable, but it is not gone down. I went through the rentals for Candy Palace. They are exactly where they were. I went through the rentals from LeGrand. They haven't changed. So, Hurley, I would question the information. I really and truly would. All right. You're getting information from a felony convicted individual for white collar crime who stole millions of dollars. Not to say apologies. Not to say he hasn't done his time, paid the price, all right? But, I just, people should be cautious as to where their information comes from. If he is willing to lie about one thing to make money, how do you know all these videos that he puts out, he's not lying or embellishing them as well? You just don't, You can bet on the chicken fights anywhere. Early, nope. Jasper has a Radio Shack. I've been shopping. I have during the pandemic. You can now find 65 square meters in a brand new IT Park, 38th Ave condo in Cebu for $40,000. You might be. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. 65 square meters in a brand new, and is that furnished, unfurnished, with electric, 1 year lease? I don't know. And I don't know if that's any good also, Hurley. I don't know. In my opinion, the Philippines has overbuilt a lot of condos. But I just haven't seen it going down here. There's another channel in Cebu. Oh, let me flip this back around. There we go. There's another channel in Cebu I follow. Really good guy. He's been posting rentals recently. Hey, Copal. You presume I based this on him. Wrong, bro. No, Hurley. I just know he just put out a video yesterday about it. Maybe he copied somebody else's video that I didn't see. But I'm just saying he put one out yesterday. Just facts. Online sabong was outlawed a few years ago. Yes. I don't know. I know they shut down all of the sabong betting parlors here in Angeles City. Hurley says yes. Furnished. 65 square meters. Is that a one bedroom? That's actually pretty nice size for a one bedroom. Traveling trucker. I had a call. Mike, are you still smoking? Let's not talk about it. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. All right. I don't want to admit it, but yes. And what happened to Damn, Mike, do they have cough buttons in the Philly? I'm calling your doctor just to be safe. I think it has to do. I have the sliding glass doors open, and there have been a bunch of trucks going by this morning carrying gravel and sand for some construction up the street. And I think it might be in the air a little bit. Cebu, amazing Philippines. All right. Amazing Philippines. All right. Real estate, rental and purchase is a completely different world compared to the USA. Very hard to translate to what we used to. Yes, Steve's absolutely correct. Short load, I know nothing, just what I spend. Absolutely. Again, you can't compare the market here with with the U.S. markets and how they work. Interact with the panel a little. They cammed up, let them say something. So, yeah, I changed to vape after 40 years. Big difference, better for me. It is better for you. Gravel and sand, that's what they put in Marlboros. I don't smoke Marlboros. But it is what it is. Let's see here. I don't know. Let me check. I've had a couple of. I have to check. Oh, there we go. Okay. Rod at Amazing Philippines has been a vlogger for nearly 10. Great guy. Nice. Hey, Chris, how are you? What's new with you? I haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to? So I don't know what else to think about. So that gives me another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and even 10 of more people to invite to be a guest. And Hurley is absolutely correct. Yeah, you can see I don't do it, but Hurley's correct. You need to exercise. It seems everyone has that cough if near a major city. It's possible. There are a lot of. Chippy Whiska up with Alley Cats, Mike. Some of the boys rolling in after a long night. How you doing, Chippy? Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Scott. How you doing? Oh, man. I tell you, it's been an interesting situation. So we've got 10 names of people that we can invite. And we will, what I did is I have a standard email that I've written to them, inviting them, telling them that they can bring another person, to help be supportive of their position or opinion. All right. And in the panel, and that they can pick the topic. All right. And so we'll see what goes. We'll see what happens. Good morning. Hey, Dari, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I got no response from the first, I think there was 7. I can't even remember. Everybody that I invited. So I'll be interested to see. 1 star. I'm not judging. I just want to live as long as the next guy. Well, I hope you live longer than me, 1 star. That's for sure. John Calder. Hi, how you doing? John. Oh, BT and Betty. Welcome, welcome. Just got my last NR4 tax slip yesterday, ready to do my 2023 return. I have the last of my stuff to put together right now. I I have a couple of documents I have to send out to my CPA this morning in just a little bit, and then it'll all be in his hands after that. Good morning, Brent. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Coom. I'm not sure what coom means. Oh, there's always room. Hang on a second. Let me post it back here. I can have up to, I think, 20 people.
Wow.
I can pick the subject. Ladyboys, why Rike loves them. But Steve, you're gonna have to support that. How do you support that statement? I like Curly's attitude. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Absolutely. That is the truth. Steve, you can pick the subject, but you got to be able to support it. You've got to be able to say, I know this is true, and why you know it's true. See, that's kind of like maybe a little bit of a difference. I'm not going to take a lot of bullshit. Take your time, Chris. Take your time. Bum, 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 bum. Why is that going to be your last at, John? Isn't NR4 for non-residents filing? Andy Omark he certainly, Andy does a hell of a job digging up stuff. That's for sure. Yep, Brian knows quite a bit as well. Well, Brian's been around for 10 years, you know. For 50 years, I have always done my own tax returns, never had a CPA. Well, I'm not 50 years of doing taxes, but I've had a CPA since I was 22 years old. There is no subject today, BT. It is an open panel. Open panel, open discussion. Scott, I'll be coming in March for my wife's 1-year death anniversary. My condolences. And I'll be looking for a new woman. I waited a year out of respect for her family. My best wishes for your trip, Scott. Chippy, like some advice. Been going to the Phils for 2 to 3 months a year since 2000. Wow. Always on a round trip ticket. I extend my visa while there. Last year, they gave me a hard time in LA asking for a visa. I don't know. Well, Chippy, are you coming out of Canada? Do you need a visa? I don't know. I don't think Canadians need a visa. I don't know. I really don't. I wonder what that's all about, Chippy. I don't know. What's the update of Tim K since before his travel to US? He's back in Tacloban now. I guess he didn't get denied entry like Andy. No, he did not get denied entry. You know something? If you want drama, there's drama to be found. How accurate is that drama? That's a whole different story. Okay? Yes, I know. I'm totally ignorant to most East or all Asian subjects, but if you're going to talk ladyboys or a few questions, but I'm only okay with Evitiobi. You're going to have to maybe get something else there. Let's see here. Well, anyone else run into this problem? Eventually it got sorted out, but it was weird. I don't know, Chippy. What was Yeah, I don't know. I do know lately that the Canadian government has issued some warnings regarding the Philippines. I've seen a couple videos on that, and but I wish I could give you better information. Chippy, do you travel with a Canadian passport? Can we discuss tea bags and the men who love wearing them? Well, Mike, tell us all about it. NR4 is a non-resident tax slip. Scott is also a widower if you need a talk. Mike Ross, hell no. In the U.S., you need certain paperwork before you transfer bank accounts overseas. He's quietly interesting. Does he have a... Maybe he can chime in. I don't know.
Yes, I do have a BJJ shirt on. Yeah, I didn't have too much input on. I don't watch any of the female Filipina channels, so I didn't have any suggestions for that. I do have a suggestion though. A friend of mine just moved there to Dumaguete, and he has a channel, and he's been putting up some videos. It's called, I think his channel's Life in the PI. He would come on. He's married to a Filipina. He's been going back and forth for a few years. But I showed him your channel, and he'd probably come on.
All
Life
right.
in the PI.
I just wrote it down, and we'll add him.
Yeah.
Copal says it would be nice to just have some civil guests on the channel, possible stuff. Some regulars here have channels. I wouldn't mind hearing from them. It isn't all about drama. No, Copal, you're absolutely correct. It's not. It is not. And it would be interesting, I think we could do good stuff without drama. You don't have to have drama to make good stuff. UFC starts in 23 minutes. Okay.
Yep. BJJ. Gracie Jiu Jitsu.
Let's see here.
Hey, the gentleman that was saying he had trouble, he's been coming here since the year 2000, and they asked him for a visa. Was it a visa or was it a return ticket since he was booked so far out for 2 months or 3 months out? Because if I was kind of looking at my phone, was he an American or was he Canadian? Because as Americans, I know it's only for 30 days, but we automatically have a visa, so we're not going to have an actual visa stamp unless he had something else. So I was just curious if they asked him specifically if he had a visa or if he had, a return ticket sooner. Well, I guess they knew he had a return ticket because he booked the ticket with him. Yeah, I don't know. I've been asked that before. I think I was in Japan going to the Philippines, and I wasn't sure when I wanted to go back. And I had bought a ticket, and they asked me there, they wouldn't let me board. They asked me if I had a return ticket. So I went online right then and there. I just went on my phone and I bought a return ticket.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yes, Mayang buntag.
You know what, Kenny? I don't know. I really don't. Any excuse to stay at the Conrad Hilton in Manila? Yeah, the Conrad's pretty good actually. I really kind of like it. Let me see here. What have I done with? There we go. Hold on. There, let's get that out of Kenny's head.
Yeah.
There. Sorry about that, folks. What's up, Chris? I like Chris. Chris is good.
What's happening, guys?
So what are you up to? What?
No, I've been good. It took a little bit of a break not long, maybe about 2 weeks. And yeah, it's just been traveling around, just been having some fun, getting back out there.
So did you go anywhere interesting?
I actually just went over to Toledo, which is a small town just on the other side of the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, about 200,000 people. So.
Yeah. Wow. Nah, I knew I hadn't seen anything in a week or two, or I didn't get a notice for anything.
Right. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. But, one of the things that I kind of realized was this is more of a hobby for me, and I've kind of been treating it like that and just kind of been stepping back a little bit as far as the amount of content. I'm kind of really in this for a long haul, and I wanted to look at, well, what is it that I can sustain over time? And really a video every week, 1 to 2 weeks is kind of realigns me more in that kind of deal, right? So that's kind of what I was looking to do.
And I think you're right, Chris. I really and truly do. If for us, it's a hobby, but we've done years and years and years of travel, and so we have a little bit more time. We're more stationary than you are, and so we put more time into it. But even I, at this point, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, something. I wonder if I'm going to cut back to maybe 2 or 3 videos a week. All right. But do them in a more researched, thorough position. But the only problem that I have with that kind of stuff is by the time you do a really good video like that, it's 20, 30 minutes long, and nobody watches more than 7, 8 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing some recent trends where people are putting out longer content. They are talking how the longer content's returning a little bit, and I don't mean like couple hour long content, but 20 minutes and above. There's some research that people are actually starting to watch that stuff. And if you look at other vloggers, most of them are putting out 20, 30, 45-minute vlogs now. A lot of these guys are.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just such a boring guy. I never get nobody watches when I put out a 20-minute video. I never get 20-minute watch time. I'm trying to see John.
But I think what we have to do in that regard is really just kind of be consistent and train our audience, right? So if we're going to put out 30-minute, that's what we do, And I think that's kind of the key, is just being consistent no matter what that is. If it's 8-minute content, if it's 45-minute content, you know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. Good morning, John. How you doing?
Not bad.
Yeah, we hear you.
Tried to mute one of these and figure out where the hell I'm at here.
Well, we hear you. So, Chris, what's on your next travel schedule?
I'm probably going to go back to Toledo for a little bit. Summer's coming up, so probably doing a lot of beach and island stuff, I feel. I just really kind of undecided. I'm really looking at, my lease here is up through October, and trying to kind of figure out where I want to be next and looking at different places.
Wow. Oh, that ought to be fun.
Yeah, I love it here in Cebu. I've made so many really great friends and connections. One of my really good Filipino friends, he was just appointed an employment judge by the current president. So I've got some really good friends and connections here, right? And I don't want to kind of give that up, but at the same side, I feel like I want to get out of the city a little bit and see, live in other parts of the Philippines as well.
Yeah. You're gonna really. We've traveled all over the country over the years, and it just doesn't matter. Every place is new.
Yeah.
Every place changes. It kind of is what it is. John, I'm going to let you join again, but either stay in or go out. but let's not leave it empty. All right.
Oh, I said, give me a minute here. I had to grab something.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I didn't hear it, and it doesn't matter. I apologize, but I'm just trying to keep everything there. I think they're watching longer because many more are now watching on TV and stuff. That's true. I saw the statistics that YouTube put out yesterday. 1 billion with a B hours a day on TV. That is a huge amount. And I think that is going to have a big impact.
Look at how much bandwidth that's sucking up. Oh my God.
Yeah, I can tell you, it must be a lot, but I don't know. I mean, it's got to be the amount of bandwidth that they're using is monstrous, to get it out to that many TVs.
Oh yeah.
The length of the vlog depends on the actual content and the directness of the subject matter in terms of Yeah, Dari, that's why I think my long ones don't do that well. At Copal, where he's not boring. I'd be very careful if friends who may have helpful friends. Okay.
You're muted,
You're
brother.
muted, Mike. You're muted, Mike.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
I got to fill up my coffee cup. So I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to let you talk to the panel. I'll be back in 3-4 minutes. I'm going to hit the head, fill up my coffee. Be right back.
He's going to smoke a cigarette.
No, I'll probably work one of those in too.
All right.
That's
So,
what I'm doing.
Hey, what's your name? Chris? Your name's Chris?
Yes,
And you have a channel?
I do. I have a channel pretty much based out. I've been here in Cebu City about just over a year. Yeah.
Okay. What's the name of it?
Carefree Chris.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
The
Yeah,
guy
I
was
don't
talking
have
We start one this fall. Hopefully.
What's that?
I should be starting a channel this fall.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Moving to boot.
I don't have it. I've been thinking of years of starting a channel, but I'm just like, I don't know how you guys like you were saying you were backing off a little bit to once a week or something like that.
Right.
But some of those, I just don't know if I can keep it up consistent enough,
Yeah. I
Taking
mean,
my
It's kind of difficult.
consistent is important, right? But what you
Yeah.
want to just do is pick something that is obtainable. Once a week
Yeah.
or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But consistency is
Yeah.
important for sure.
Yeah. And then with them just changing the way they monetize it, a few years ago with first you have to have, what is it, 100,000 views and you have to have this many subscribers. And then,
Right.
then it was, your videos forever were, if somebody watched a video from 5 years ago, you would still get paid. And then they stopped doing that. Once it was 1 year old or 2 years old, you don't get paid for the video anymore. Right.
Well, it's just people don't watch them. So you get paid on views. So
Yeah.
if people don't watch your videos, you're not really getting paid. The thing too, I would say about that is I would not do YouTube to make money. I just wouldn't. I would do
Yeah. It's
YouTube
not.
just for fun. Anyone looking to do it. But I would recommend everyone to do a channel. The amount of stuff that I've learned about myself, just about life, and just everything has been huge. And not only that, it's been
Yeah.
a phenomenal network tool. I've met so many great people. But
Yeah.
to make
That's true.
money, I would even cut that out. I would have a goal of not making money the first 2 years, and then
Oh, yeah.
have other goals around the channel, but have money
Yeah.
not be one for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you have a goal outside of money for the channel, and then later on, if the money comes,
Right.
then you're good 3 or 4
Right.
years down the road, something like that.
You
and then
can
it's
make
more
money.
sustainable.
Right. I think the thing that I see a lot of the Filipino vloggers kind of are missing too is like probably 80% of the income that you would get from YouTube doesn't necessarily come from the views and people watching your channel. It actually comes from more like sponsorships and stuff like that are out there. That's where kind of really
Yeah,
the money at. I mean, you just look at
yeah,
like sports, right? Like Michael Jordan, those
yeah,
guys, they had a salary, but the bulk of their income came from endorsements. Same thing with
yeah,
YouTube. And the
Well, it's like
why that's kind of been
NASCAR when they during
what's
the
that?
pandemic. So it's like NASCAR during the pandemic. They were racing, but there was nobody in the stands. They were being supported by the sponsorship.
Yep. But why that's kind of important for us to realize if we're looking to create a channel is you've got to be mindful of the content that you're putting out there. Is it sponsorship worthy? Right? Because so a lot of these guys
yeah,
are putting out stuff that they're never going to get any sponsorship for. Therefore, they're losing out
yeah,
on really 80-90% of the potential income that's out there.
yeah. Steve says, "Hello, panel. Who of the three of you could get the other two in a chokehold first?" We were talking UFC earlier in BJJ stuff.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I don't know Smith. I'm not sure. They said Chris. Somebody said Chris would. John said I'd have to say Chris. We'd get the two.
I do work out a lot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you train any martial arts or anything?
I don't train in martial arts, but I do strength train and I run pretty frequently. That was actually why I moved to the Philippines, is to really kind of focus on that part of my health. So I work
Yeah.
out and exercise daily.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Another good a way to when we're talking about monetizing YouTube, like you're talking about sponsorships, is a lot of channels they start their own merch and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
also, um, a good way to is if you have an Amazon account, just a regular account, I think you're automatically an affiliate. So let's say any book that you read or something like that, or a coffee mug you
Right.
bought or something that you happen to be just have in your video, you put a link down in the description with your Amazon affiliate link. So if
Right.
anybody wants to buy the book or click on it, all that stuff adds up after a while.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Absolutely.
Let's
Microphones, cameras.
let's
Yeah,
go
yeah,
back to what Chris was saying. I put out a video yesterday, all right, about YouTube and its 4 paths forward. Their CEO announced last week that YouTube has 4 directions for 2024. All right. And, one of them is about getting more in depth on AI regulations, etc. All right. Content. But one of them was they're focusing more on recognizing. That's where I got the number of 1 billion hours a day. That number came directly from this guy's report. All right. They're recognizing that more people are watching at home and watching in higher definition 4K type stuff. And in my video, I said, I just wonder, okay, is it quite possible that they are, because YouTube has never put out what's exactly every data point that they collect that powers the algorithm that pushes your videos or doesn't. I wonder, because Chris, really made a solid point. One of the things that they said, that the guy said, was memberships. They're pushing content memberships, that channels should do memberships. I'm wondering, are they going to, or maybe they already do, know what channels have memberships? Because YouTube makes money off those memberships as well. And will that be part of, or is it already part of the algorithm that pushes, your video out there? Is it, I know it's like conspiracy type stuff, but is it, I mean, you got to recognize, I mean, Google's going to pay out literally hundreds of millions of dollars in issues right now with advertisers over the advertisers figuring out that what they paid for, they didn't get. And I wonder if, I just don't know. But I think Chris brings forward a really positive, realistic issue here, okay? That memberships are going to be a part of everybody's channel. Whether they're worthwhile and functioning or not, that's a different story. But.
And I think you're right on. And because they have a lot of money to be made there. YouTube does as a business, right? I mean, if you look at, you got Patreon, you have all these other services that are out there that are in place to take those membership money. So it would make sense that YouTube would try to get some of that money back. And they do make money. What do they make? What is it? 40, 30? I can't remember the percentage. I actually just tried to Google it really quick. But YouTube makes a lot of money on those memberships.
Oh yeah.
So it would make sense that they would try to bring some of that membership revenue back. I tried it for a week or two. I felt like it was pissing off my my viewers. So I stepped away from it and moved to Buy Me a Coffee, which is an external kind of deal, which also does, I could schedule conference calls if I wanted to do that as well. Yeah. I'm going to get some coffee, but I'm here. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm right here.
Sure. So what happens, with these things? I don't know. It's all fun and games until you get ricked. Yeah. Isn't that the rock?
Yes, until you get punched. Until you get punched in the face.
Memberships is already a thing in certain segments, especially in the self-help type blogs. Yeah, Dari, people donating during lives, I assume YouTube is going to get a percentage. Yes, Dari, they do. So if you donate, any super chats, stickers, anything like that you donate during a live or even during a video, you can say, oh, I like this video and let me donate towards it. All right. They get 50% of the super chats. All right.
Yesterday, Beauty was talking about that. She said it was 30%.
Is it 30% on super chat?
I think it's 30%.
I see 30% of revenue on channel memberships. I just found that. I don't know on super chats. I would assume I could look it up.
Well, think of it like this. By the time YouTube gets done with it, by the time the IRS gets done with it, 50% of it's gone. So One Star says 45% goes to YouTube, but don't forget the tax. Exactly. So I just sit out there with 50%. That's what I say. And so you know what, though? It's funny, Chris, that you say that. We started a membership. We have a membership section. And after the first week, I said, I can't do this. I like my subscribers and I feel bad. What makes somebody that gives money worth more as a subscriber than somebody that doesn't? And so what we've done is we've said, you know what, if you want to be a member, that's just your way of supporting us. We're not going to be held to anything. But lately, especially with my videos on the Bar Girl Chronicles, I've got material that I just can't put out in the normal channel. All right. And so it's going to go behind there into the members area. So
YouTube gives you a little more leeway in your membership area, Mike?
No, it doesn't give me any more leeway, but it doesn't matter because I know, I look at it like this. I know that video is going to be demonetized. So if it's going to be demonetized, I'm going to put it in this section where if there was a little bit of income for it. People, let me ask you, here's a good one for Chris. I want to describe something, Chris, and you tell me if you feel differently. We don't do YouTube for the money. The money is mice nuts. I mean, it is just nothing. All right. I did YouTube because first I said to myself, can I do this? Can I make a video? Can I edit a video? Will anybody watch a video? Is my life so boring I wouldn't even, will I get to 1,000 subscribers? Will I actually get monetized? It's not the money. It's the goals that you set for yourself. It's like, you know what? Those goals mean more than the money. Reaching like we're like, I don't know, 30, 40 subscribers away from 4,000. All right. And 4,000 is a goal. And I'll feel happy. I mean, I'm happy with it now, but I'll feel happy. I mean, what about you? Is it about goals, Chris?
It's changing for me, honestly. It's changed for me over the past month. I feel you constantly have to relook at it and set that up for you and what is important. Like, what are you after? I had to reprioritize and kind of re-envision what I wanted from the channel. But I would say still, like, the number one benefit for me and what I currently like are these communities, these connections. I meet with guys probably, 5 or 6 guys a week, and just building good friendships and that kind of deal is kind of what's driving me currently to do it. It's definitely not money, as you said. I mean, the channel actually costs me money to do, and that's at 12,000 subscribers. So it costs me money to do the channel. So it's not money.
No, people don't realize it. It does cost money. It's not.
And time.
I mean, that doesn't even count the time. That doesn't, the time that, now Phil says YouTube is bringing in PG-13. I haven't read anything about that. I'll have to take a look at that.
Once I move over to Butuan, I'm pretty much going to be doing it for the fun of it, with my attitude too. I'm kind of like Mike. I don't give a shit if I have 50,000 subscribers. Give me 4,000 and I'll be happy. It's just something to fill the time up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then let me carry that conspiracy theory a step further. We know that in the beginning, YouTube was promoting. YouTube is promoting 4K over 1080. Is that going to have something to do with it also? Is YouTube going to penalize people, all right, for not upgrading technology? And by penalizing, are they going to, what I mean is are you not going to get as pushed? I still think content is king.
No, you could be right on, and I think your thoughts around memberships and that being an aspect of it too. I mean, they're a business to make money, so you could be right on as far as that being a little box that gets checked, and if you have that, you get pushed 10% more of the channel who doesn't have that because they can make more money. Sure, makes sense.
Well, sorry about that, Chippy Whisker. Give me a big $2.79 Canadian, 50 cents American. Get a pack of Magic Slap. Thank you, Chippy. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. There are some YouTubers who claim to make $30,000 a month from daily videos. I don't doubt it. I mean, take a look at people like Penguin Z. Have you ever seen him before?
I've never seen
All right. Penguin 0Z, I think it is, or something like that. Now, He's an OG. He's been in YouTube. Started out as a gamer like 15 years ago. I'll guarantee you he's making minimum 100,000, 150,000 a month on his videos. All right. Now it's totally different than this kind of stuff. And he has an entire sports league. All right. Who's crackling whatever it is? Something.
Me
Oh, take it easy. All right.
rolling up a bag here.
It's hold it away from the microphone.
I roll my own smokes.
Mike's camera view is far superior than the others. You're talking about Mike's Filipino journey? Okay, good. Yeah, he does a good deal. I mean, it comes across good and clean. Fresh and Fit made 500,000 a month just off super chats. Wow, that's
nuts.
a lot. Wow. You know,
You can make money on YouTube. But it's a perspective I think people need to get, especially new guys coming in and look to do it. I would still say, look, give yourself 2 years to actually be profitable. You know, it just takes a lot.
Yeah. So vlogging live seems the same thing. The only thing I would caution you, YouTube guidelines still pertain 100%. The YouTube community guidelines, even in the member section. So you know, copyright stuff like that, all of that stays. If you're not careful and you violate those standards, you can also get a community strike. And, you know, 3 of those in what is it, like a 90-day period, something like that, and they'll delete your channel. Mike. There we go. The China show is quite an interesting channel. They make good money. Yeah, I watch the China show. I really do. You need a gimmick, dedication, and a shit ton of luck. I think that's the shit ton of luck is a big part of it. All right. I mean, my wife is not going to strip down into a negligee or something like that and walk by in the back of the camera pretending like she didn't know it was there. Okay. That's just not going to happen with us. So it's not like I'm going to have some hot, sexy chick hanging out.
That gets stuck in the washer machine.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. So it's all going to come down to luck.
And that doesn't necessarily help either.
Luck?
You know, my channel actually went down when I had a hot Filipina on my channel.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. My channel was skyrocketing probably through June, and then I added a hot Filipina, and it pretty much flatlined.
Like just one show, or like
No,
just
the
one
whole-
video, or
like the last 6 months.
Did you get negative feedback?
No, not at all. It was really
No, I mean you
wild.
had her in multiple videos, or did you
Yeah,
just
so I
post
was
it
in a
one?
relationship for whatever five months or so, and that started like late June.
Okay.
And from
Okay.
I started my channel like a year ago. So from February to June, I got 10,000 subscribers like that, like probably about 10,400, and then I just hit 11,000. So it took me 6 months to get like 600 subscribers, where in less than 6 months I got over 10,000. And one of the dynamics that changed in that time was adding a hot Filipina. So it doesn't necessarily guarantee that kind of stuff.
Well, in general, that might be called. So I was talking with my son last night, and he was saying like some channels, because I was telling with you, Chris, earlier. I was thinking of something that I could sustain. Right? I mean, I'm into like a few different things, but something I could sustain. And he was talking about, you know, some people, they have channel hundreds of thousands of followers, and then they pivot to something else, and they end up losing a lot of people. It's not as successful.
Right.
So even though even though it might not necessarily been because it was a Filipina, but that kind of change, you know, it's almost like a pivot now. Now it's like
is.
a couples channel or something. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So it could have just been
That's
that. Could have been.
No, I
Think of
agree.
how many people that subscribe watch about 20 videos and then never come back, but they don't unsubscribe.
Right.
Yeah, well, there's a big. I mean, you can
Yeah.
look at if you look at the number of subscribers somebody has, and then you take 7 days worth of their videos, or 7 videos in a row, whatever, and average out the number of views, then you'll know how many of their subscribers. You can figure it at 50% or 40% of the people that actually watched were subscribers. Maybe as high as 60%, but either way, we have certainly a number of subscribers that have subscribed and never come back or never watch.
Now, what about the people who watch but don't subscribe? Are you still getting paid for that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You get paid based on the amount of time that they watch. All right. So the more views you have, the more watch time there is, the more you get paid. But that's a terrible way for me to say it. The more you get paid mice nuts. I mean, it's tiny, absolutely tiny. Now, Andy made a comment. Welcome. Good to see you this morning, Andy. It's profitable even for small channels like mine. I have no idea why people are trying to con their subs into getting into investments or consultations. For the amount of work you put in, it's good. Yeah, for I think Andy is talking about memberships. And Andy just recently started a membership section. Then you have creators like Andy who make great videos for years and then disappear only to come back a few years later. Chris, maybe you need 2 hot Filipinos. Maybe that's it, Chris. Maybe you didn't have enough.
I saw that too, laughing.
Oh my God. Imagine a hospital janitor like Rike used to make $550 a month just for giving fake relationship advice. I don't know what Rike did for a living. I have no idea what his original career was. Consultations for someone who has been there a year. My cat knows more.
Rike's still making videos?
Oh, yeah.
He's crushing it.
Yep. And he's actually doing well with them. They're getting big views. Mice nuts is offensive. Andy is here. Use Rike morals. So true. That's funny. That's absolutely funny. But with all of the holy shit, I've got to get going. I had no idea we've been here so long. Look, folks, I am so sorry to have taken up so much time this morning. I apologize. You guys all have a great day, a great evening, and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.